The second film is set many years later. Gingerbread Land has become the most cultural and technologically advanced country on earth, having adopted a market economy and the ideals of liberty. The majority of ugly bastards have been wiped off the planet. He and Miss Coconuts married and started a family right before she was tragically taken from him. The circumstances of her death are not explained at this point. Building on the themes of the previous movie, Miss Coconut's words have begun to ring true for Lockjaw, as he struggles not only with her death and responsibility as a single father, but also of trying to find meaning in civilian life, in peacetime, without the need of any more battles to be fought. He's tried and failed to run a successful business, and now is a security guard at the Ugly Bastard Conservation Park, a nature reserve which holds the very last of the ugly bastards that is due to open to the public in 7 days. At the beginning of the movie we are shown a hijacked ship belonging to the park's owner that was on course to deliver the remaining creatures to the reserve. They are released by the hijackers and kill everyone on board. The film is an obvious spoof of the Jurassic Park films, complete with satire as extreme elements of social justice have developed in society. Political activists see the park as exploitive and are demanding the creatures be freed and given the same civil liberties as everyone else. As this mindset has swept through the culture, both Lockjaw and the park's owner John Cheddar are viewed as evil villains, even by Lockjaw's own son Dickface. Before the park can open, it has to pass a final safety inspection. It's revealed that John Cheddar has been bombarded with endless nonsensical regulations adding to the cost of running the park, with the inspector Mr. Tarantula adding that a school is now the final requirement for the park to open. A hostile news crew has also been invited along by Mr. Cheddar, as he hopes to show that the park is adequate and to teach the public just how dangerous these creatures are. After learning that his ship is missing and of the death threats posed by the FLA terrorist group, the remainder of the inspection is put on hold. At night, Lockjaw has a dream where he unloads all of his emotional baggage to Miss Coconuts. Feeling the weight of the world and his son being firmly against him, she encourages Lockjaw to stand up and stay strong, dedicated to the truth. Meanwhile, 2 members from this organisation sneak into the park and proceed to break the creatures out of their enclosures, with the help of Lockjaw's own son Dickface, who's informed them that John Cheddar is on site and who they plot to murder. The creatures kill the reporter and one of the extremists and begin to run riot, which is a shock for Dickface and the surviving member, who are surprised by the creatures' aggression. At gunpoint, John Cheddar reveals there's a secret laboratory where a former government scientist, Dr. Mothman, has been conducting genetic research on the creatures in order to learn more about them. I wanted to play on the trope of the typical evil businessman and misguided godlike scientist that dominate Hollywood movies, playing on the viewer's likely assumption that Cheddar and this scientist have secret malevolent or arrogant intentions, just as the militant extremist and the rest of the world presumes. I tried to create this effect by purposely using sinister music and making Dr. Mothman look and sound as if he's mad and up to no good, but in fact the opposite is true.
Inspection? He's from the government. Why would you bring him down here?
Dr. Mothman reveals his research for the government led him to believe that the ugly bastards are by their nature incapable of reason and extremely dangerous. Following Lockjaw's claim that these creatures are genetic descendants of humanity, Mothman used this revelation to see if humanity could be brought back from extinction through reverse engineering, a process scientists are in fact using today in an attempt to bring dinosaurs back from extinction using chickens. Dr. Mothman has succeeded and reveals a half-man half-woman called She-Man, who is perfectly normal except for the fact it suffers from an identity crisis.
I am both male chauvinist pig and a radical feminist. I am the victim of my own oppression. Why is life so complicated?
The militant extremist cannot begin to process this and jumps to the default conclusion that Cheddar has been manipulating ugly bastard genetics to make them more dangerous, probably with the intent of providing them for the military-industrial complex, as is the common trope in so many movies. With this, she murders Cheddar and the safety inspector, while Dr. Mothman survives his gunshot wounds. Lockjaw then pursues her through the park, where after fighting off a horde of creatures, she shoots and injures Lockjaw. It's here the final revelation is made.
I was there the day she died, you know.
That's right. I remember it well. 2 in the afternoon. I was staying on the 15th floor of the Gingerbread State Building. There she was, speaking to reporters outside of Congress when I put a bullet through her skull from 200 feet.
She reveals her face, which to Lockjaw's amazement is identical to Miss Coconut's in her human form. She then shoots Lockjaw dead, confident she's heroically saved the day as she gazes into the rising sun. Meanwhile, Dr. Mothman and She-Man are met by a representative from the government military science division, informing them that they will both be working for the state. In the aftermath, the deceased John Cheddar and Lockjaw are slaughtered by the mainstream media. In Gingerbread Land, protesters gather displaying their outrage, pelting fruit and veg at a statue dedicated to Lockjaw's memory. As the film's conclusion plays out, Miss Coconut's double is beginning to realise the mistake she's made, contributing to a self-fulfilling prophecy as the government take over Ugly Bastard Park and begin the process of reverse engineering all the remaining creatures into a human army that will be used to fight the ugly bastards that have swept through the world as John Cheddar's lost ship reaches shore and the creatures on board escape. At the film's climax, we are shown that Miss Coconut's double has arrived in Fuzzville to learn who she really is and discover if she is in fact related to Miss Coconuts.